Hello everyone, welcome back to another Dark Tide build video. This time we'll be covering Zealot, and this will be kind of like a redo of the intro of our last one. We're just going to cover a few more things, a little bit of information I got from my last video, some helpful stuff to talk about as well, and to clarify a few things here just in case there's any misconceptions about what was being discussed. But yeah, this is just a stealth build that works really well with the team, allows you to go in, kill enemies, then you can use it to either kill enemies from behind really quickly, or to fight bosses, or to disengage and then reposition yourself to help the team in a better spot. So starting off, we'll cover the weapon. First, we have the Mark 8 Combat Axe. And for this one here, really the main thing you'll be doing with this is going for thrust kills, so charging up the heavy attack. You can also use light attacks on enemies as well, like if there's hordes coming or a few select group of small enemies, or if you're fighting an enemy, you want to hit them multiple times without having to charge up. If they're in your face and you can't afford that, then you definitely can use it that way as well, but usually the thrust will be the main thing for this weapon. Starting off with the perks, I have Specialists and Maniacs on mine. Now, Maniacs are just all around really good, but you can switch that up. Same thing with Specialists to do Elites, Carapace, Unyielding, things like that. If you want it to be more boss-focused, if you want it to be more flak-focused, things of that nature, it's really up to you. I prefer Maniacs on most of my weapons like that, though, just because of the amount of Maniacs that we have access to, but both of them are up to you, obviously. And talking about blessings here, a very important blessing I missed last time discussing about it, so I'm talking about it here and touching upon it, is the blessing called Brutal Momentum, and that one gives you weak spot damage increase for that weapon. And since this weapon obviously is going to be going for weak spot hits constantly as well as backstab hits, that is going to be a multiplicative damage increase, and it's going to be very noticeable on this build, as well as doing hordes. Since this is a vertical swinging weapon most of the time, you are not going to hit it horizontally, so it'll be very easy to go for headshots, making this very efficient as well for giving high damage. Now, if you don't have access to Brutal Momentum, and you have kind of the same thing that I have here, where I don't have access to it, and I have to forego it for something else, Thunderous and Head Taker would be two other options that you would want for your blessings. One is just bonus damage in general, which can be good for hordes then, or if you're hitting an enemy multiple times, or Thunderous for a possible tankier enemy and you want to be able to go through their armor a little bit, you can use that. But Thrust is definitely a must, as well as Brutal Momentum, if you can get both. And with the rework coming up here shortly in the next month or so, you should be able to get both on it. And that'll really help it do a lot of damage, and being able to really just, solidify it as killing enemies with one hit. Now, going down here, we have the Brace Autogun. Now, this is going to be your horde clearer most of the time, in case you get swarmed by stuff or you need to rapid fire clear some areas. And the reason is because this has got short range, but it's got a lot of fire rate, and it can dish out a lot of good damage, especially into a crowd. So covering that again, we have Maniacs. That's in case you get a swarm of Ragers when you're playing on Orc, Maelstrom, or Damnation, and even on Heresy as well. You can get like 6+ Ragers all at once, and having it do extra damage to Maniacs is really efficient because then you can kill them a lot faster. And then also we have Elites. Again, this is up to you. You can have it be Specialists, Flak, Unarmored, things like that. I'd probably say try to go for Flak maybe, just as an overall, but if you do have it with Elites, that can work on the Gunners themselves in case you can't get within melee range and you need to shoot them from a distance if there's a horde in your face. If you have the dodge ability, which we'll cover in talents, you can use this. But then the blessings here are the most important part here. And that being said, it's Speed Load and Fire Frenzy. Death Spitter also works. If you're going for pure damage, I would say Fire Frenzy and Death Spitter. And that's going to give you a 100% damage boost, since they both stacked 5 times with a 10% at Blessing 4. But what I prefer is to either have Fire Frenzy or Death Spitter with Speed Load. And the reason is because Speed Load gives you that 50% at tier 4 of the Blessing. And that 50% lets you reload fast enough so that you can keep Fire Frenzy and Death Spitter active when you fire again. So with it active, you keep your 50% damage boost, meaning that the next time you fire it into the horde again, you are not going to be losing damage, and you'll be keeping your DPS higher and more consistent. Now, going over the Curios, I'm a huge fan of health on every build except for Veteran. I just think health is more useful. You can make an argument if you're making a wound build, obviously, if that's what you want to go into. There are builds for that. Just for this build specifically, I don't see that you need wounds at all. You're going to be able to disengage when necessary, and then also you're just not going to be taking a lot of damage if you are playing correctly and dodging and all that, and have a decent team, obviously. But so I like to have health on it. If you want to run toughness as well, that's fine. I prefer health personally. And for the perks here, you can see I have gunner resistance on all of them. I do have corruption resistance. You can change that. For right now, these are just Curios I have access to. what I would recommend is maybe going to like stamina regeneration or toughness regeneration. And we'll cover toughness regeneration here in a little bit on what it actually does with this build. But if you go with stamina regeneration, toughness regeneration, revive speed, things like that, because revive speed, again, you're stealth, so you could definitely stealth in to revive a teammate, and the extra revive speed is very efficient. But the gunner resistance is really the most important one, and then the other ones are kind of up to your preference and how you feel. Otherwise, we'll go right into the talents itself. To the right, we have one of the most important ones, just because of how this build plays out. You get 20% backstab damage, which is really, really good. This just means that you get free bonus damage, and since we are a stealth build and we have the axe with, again, brutal momentum, we're going to get a lot of value out of this. I've definitely been able to hit enemies with that axe, as shown, for over 30% of their health, and this was on, like, Beasts of Nurgle. So you are able to absolutely chunk and devastate enemies, if not kill them outright if you hit the weak spots. Next, we have Anoint in Blood, which is 25% base damage based on how close we are. Again, we're using the braced autogun. This is a close-range weapon, so we are going to have a lot of bonus damage all the time. Again, making it really good for hordes and clearing them out. We have both Fortitude and Fellowship and Purge the Unclean. Now, this goes into the toughness regeneration. This is with coherency, and this applies to if you were to use the Curios toughness regeneration. This is if you're in coherency, you get extra regeneration speed. This is really efficient if you're pinned down, and when I say pinned down, this means like if you're in cover being shot at, but you're not taking hits, and you're just having to wait to break out and attack again. Maybe you're waiting for toughness to come back, or you're trying to shoot at something else and you're taking cover from one direction. So this will help you get your toughness up faster. And if you stack this with the Curios, 30%, 30%, 30%, you're going to have over 100% regeneration speed, which can be really useful. And then Purge the Unclean, just extra damage against Unyielding, which is Reapers and Bulwarks, and then Infested is also really good. Going down to the right, I don't use the Voice of Terror. You could essentially use it with the braced autogun, but that's just point blank, but you would get a lot of toughness back then. But on the right here, we have taking damage heals 25% of that. Now, the reason why I run this perk is that I love to have that slight bit of sustain, and taking a little bit of damage running towards an enemy to melee them, you might only get a few health back, but if you're only taking a few health of damage anyways, you're not going to notice that you took much damage in the first place. This also applies to like dodge sliding, things like that. So I find it very useful in a quote-unquote like loner build where you're going off to kill the gunners by yourself, and you have to leave your teammates fighting where they're at, so you can break the gunners' aggro and force it on yourself, taking less damage, and then being able to heal will be super useful. So healing some of the damage you take is going to be beneficial. Then we have Immolation Grenade, probably the best grenade you can possibly have on a Zealot. Good coverage for AoE, it's good zoning, it just does everything. It can kill hordes, and since this build uses a gun for horde clearing, this makes it even better. Then we'll scroll over to the right here, where we have Until Death. Now, if you want to run Holy Revenant, you can, but Holy Revenant, you don't really need it to combine with Restoring Faith. Restoring Faith is doing what Holy Revenant is doing, just it's not doing it when you get near brink of death. It's just doing it over time as you take hits, which will help you with sustain versus if you want to get all of your health back at once. And this can be tricky to activate sometimes. Sometimes you'll get hit and the enemy will immediately die that triggered it, and there won't be anything near you. So your Holy Revenant will just not activate. Versus if you have Restoring Faith, it'll automatically activate regardless. So they kind of contradict each other, and you really don't need both. You can use both, but I would say pick one or the other. But I will say Until Death is a must on every Zealot build. Having the ability to not take damage for 5 seconds can let you clutch revives, kill an enemy, finish something that stops a horde, things like that. Things that really the team could really benefit from, as well as yourself. So it's a really useful talent that you should probably have on every Zealot build almost, if you can get away with it. Going to the right now, we have Dance of Death. Now, this is really important. We talked about the braced autogun having the accuracy boost from dodging. You dodge, now your braced autogun becomes like a mini sniper rifle. You can fire at long range, and you have really good tight spread on that, meaning that you can, again, as I said before, if there's gunners shooting at you and there's a horde in front of you, you can dodge and get line of sight and shoot with the autogun. Going to the right of that, we have Good Balance. A successful dodge grants 25% damage reduction for 2.5 seconds. Now, the reason why I have this is, as I stated before, you're going to be rushing in to kill gunners, and you'll probably kill 1 or 2 before they can even draw aggro and start attacking you. However, after that, they will start swinging at you, and with good balance here, you're going to take less damage in general from it, and this is going to be really efficient at making you be tankier. And then as well, if you go back up to Restoring Faith, now that we're tankier and taking less damage, the health we get back means we're taking less damage and health, meaning we're getting good health back as well, giving us that high sustain, as well as being able to fight in a crowd without any really big concerns for our health. Next, we have Thy Wrath Be Swift. Enemy melee attacks cannot stun you. This is good for us if we're trying to really focus on killing an enemy. We don't want to be stunned and pushed around while enemies are swinging at us. We want to be uninterruptible, and we want to be able to keep swinging and keeping our damage high, especially if we're fighting in a crowd. The other bonus, too, is on taking damage, we gain 15% movement speed. So let's say we turn around a corner or you start getting shot at by gunners and you take a few hits, you get that movement speed. And then what happens is you can pop stealth and you'll get bonus movement speed on top of this movement speed, meaning you'll be even faster, allowing you to close that gap and be able to get to them sooner. Grievous Wounds is next. 50% stagger on melee weak point hits. Since you're always going for weak points, there's really no reason not to have this. You'll always be getting it, so you always have a good chance of staggering these stronger enemies like Crushers and Maulers, which staggering them is really good, allowing them not to do their super powerful overhead swings. Then down we have Loner, which I was talking about before. This is what gives you the being treated as in 2 coherency at all times. Now, this is what allows you to have the toughness regeneration even when you're not with your team, and that will affect your toughness regeneration speeds that we talked about earlier as well. Going down, we obviously have Shroud Field. You get the movement speed, you get the backstab damage, the finesse damage, and the critical chance. And if you go back and look at the axe that we talked about, that has first target and finesse damage up. So that makes our axe even better and stronger and helps bolster its damage, which is exactly what we want it to do when we're trying to one-shot enemies and kill them for the team. Next, we have Mastercrafted Shroud Field. I love this just because of the duration increase. I don't value having just a little bit of extra damage and finesse damage and backstab damage together for that extra increase in cooldown by 50% because I like to spam this ability as opposed to just have it once and be able to make a big power play on one enemy. Being able to spam it or have it also for longer so you can close distance and do more things, again, talking about like reviving and stuff, I find more valuable than just trying to do one big hit and then have nothing else to follow up with. And then Invigorating Revelation. Replenish 40% toughness over 5 seconds on leaving stealth. You also gain 20% damage reduction. So we talked about how if you dodge, you get 25%, and now when you leave stealth, you also get 20%, meaning that you will be 45% have 45% damage reduction on your character, as well as replenish 40% toughness at the same time as you're fighting, really making you tanky and making it hard for enemies to actually hit your health, and if they do hit your health, hitting it less than if they would normally. Then coming down here, over to the left, we have Faithful Frenzy. Now, I really like Faithful Frenzy on this build, and the reason is because the 10% melee attack speed affects how fast your thrust activates because of your heavy charge. So it means that you can do your heavy attack faster with thrust on it, meaning you can do even more damage. Now, if you don't want Faithful Frenzy, there is a perk down here we'll talk about in just a second. You can get rid of this and this, which would be the damage mitigation on it, and then you could go into something like Holy Revenant. But I value the melee attack speed since you will be using the weapon on gunners and trying to fight a group of them at all times. So going to the right, we have Sustained Assault. This is just the more you swing, the more damage you get. 4% melee for 5 seconds, and it stacks 5 times. Just 20% damage bonus is always good, especially if you're swinging at a bunch of gunners and fighting. To the right here, we have Pious Cutthroat. Now, this is the linchpin of the build here, where we get backstab kills, and they restore 20% ability cooldown. If you know how to dodge slide, which if you are playing Auric missions or Maelstrom missions or Damnation missions or Heresy missions, it's a good tech to learn and to have. But with this, you can actually dodge slide or just dodge around behind enemies, and you can hit them in the back even if they're aggro on you, meaning that you can use this to get your cooldown even faster. So even after using stealth, killing one enemy, you'll get 20% back immediately, meaning if you do it 2 more times, 3 more times, you're going to be close to a full recharge, and if you do it 5 times total, boom, your ability's back up and you can use it again. And then finally going down here to Inexorable Judgment, we get melee attack speed, range attack speed, and damage per stack lasting 6 seconds, and it stacks 15 times. On the left here, we have replenished 2% toughness for each spent stack. You're going to have a lot of toughness regeneration based on just skills and different abilities activating. And again, you're going to be doing dodging a lot too, so this is going to help keep you keep your toughness up as well, as opposed to just not having anything to give you extra toughness regeneration or just giving you passive toughness back while fighting and not having to worry about breaking like line of sight on enemies and taking cover to get toughness back. And then to the right, we have Inebriate's Poise, which gains us 3 stacks of momentum on successful dodge. Again, you're going to be dodging and slide dodging and juking a bunch of the gunners shooting at you once you get in there fighting them, which means you should have a lot of stacks regardless, and because of that, you're going to want this because it immediately gives you more damage, and it'll give you more toughness regeneration, and so on and so forth. It's just really useful. Now, the one talent I did not cover with, but I said I would, is Swift Certainty, and the reason why this one is important is if you want to use this, you can, but the effects are negligible at best. The only thing it does is give you sprint speed, and when you're out of stamina, it counts that you're still dodging. But if you know how to slide dodge, your stamina management should be pretty high regardless in a fight, meaning you really aren't going to notice this the better you get at the game, more or less. So you can pick to put this on, obviously, if that's what you want and you like that sprint speed, and you just like the no stamina dodging. Very useful, but I find it negligible at best, so I just don't run it. But that would, free up different perk slots. Otherwise, just a quick recap on what this build can do overall then is, you see a bunch of gunners shooting at you. You can stealth, come up behind them, insta-kill one of the gunners, drag, or scab, and then draw aggro from the rest of them, keep meleeing and fighting them. Let's say a bunch of crushers come up to you. You can turn stealth. As soon as they turn around, you can then hit one of them in the back of the head and insta-kill them. And by doing so, you're going to then clear some of the crushers out for your team. And you can also do massive damage to bosses because of this, with this extra crit damage and extra finesse and first target and all that. We'll just showcase the build now, and we'll get to it.
I love dark maps because I can't get a flashlight because tying it to a keybind is great. Now it's gotta be tied to my weapon.
My weapon? Is that an AI?
Like double, no,
oh, that's
double vet.
Okay. That's fine with me.
At least it's half Drake. A chasm terminus.
I was like, not Have Draco, dude.
I like both.
Have Draco's been pretty ass recently. I don't know.
I do hope in an update we get from maps is more randomized paths.
That's what they were working on, I thought, with this patch when it came out, but... my thing with Have Draco is, I don't know if it's like the patch, but it felt a lot more
hidden
difficult.
by the God Emperor's grace.
What are dregs? Dregs are the people in bandages and wraps, right?
I don't know. I just shoot them all.
Let's see. Yes, they are. I gotta kill those guys with range. I hate doing weekly. This guy's running from somewhere. I don't know where.
There's a Rager gun too.
Oh, there he is. I see him.
There's a lot of them.
That's fine. Where are they at? There you go. That guy followed me in. That's crazy.
He's a knife vet.
I just don't ever expect anyone to come with me, to be honest with you.
Ye will not see me, scunners.
Oh, well. I flew off.
How is Shaz almost out of ammo?
If he might be using like the pistol, yeah.
Oh, I'm in a horrible spot.
Where you at? I'm coming. I got you. I'm gonna refrain from using my gun right now, though. Unless. Well, I should say if we're good, I'm gonna refrain from it.
I can cover the back.
You see people from getting close. I don't expect to kill them, I expect them to just blast through them. We gotta meet another dog behind. Nice.
Sniper horde.
There's the snipers.
I'll take the health booster.
I would be alive still. There we go. Oh my goodness. I'm dropping to the left. I'm just going really hard left.
We have 2 veterans, and I'm killing all the snipers.
Don't they have like the pistols and shit too, or whatever?
One has a revolver.
I feel like we should be like just absolutely nothing to forward. Okay, so that's a that counts as a scab.
I got sniped because I was the one who killed. Oh, unfortunate.
Scab.
Stick to the group.
Yeah, how this guy's just spraying and praying. He's almost out of ammo again.
What's he using? Is he using a shredder pistol?
No, he's using one of the rifles.
Recon?
I don't know what it is.
I feel like it has to be a recon.
I think it's a braced autogun.
What?
There is judgment in the dark. God Emperor, hide my steps.
Let's see. If I ever hit something, I feel like it should have like 1 HP left max.
No more heretic grenades.
Oh, there's a hole right there. I don't know if that's been a thing always or not.
That's always been there.
God Emperor, let me walk unseen.
Ammo here, soldier! Ammo!
I just don't know how this guy's running out of ammo so much.
I'm just gonna go in.
Faith is my cloak.
Grenade supply!
Right here.
I got punched.
Sounds about right.
Take that, Crusher. But I can stagger them with a headshot,
Yeah,
actually.
that's why he's running out of ammo. He's just spraying into hordes.
I mean, like, my build does that too, but like, I'm not using it on every single.
But you're not. But he's a veteran. That's the.
Yeah, but I'm also not using it on every single horde.
I walk
That's what I'm saying.
shadow.
I assume you have this.
Yeah, I got this. It's just I got the bug. I have to hold it down to do it. I hate it. It's a 50-50. I have to gamble every time. Either I have to hold down the mouse one, or I have to press the mouse one. Oh, ouch.
No.
Nice, thank you. Don't touch me. I got pink ticket. I gotta kill the guy.
I got you.
Oh, those are maulers next to me. Jeez, okay. I'm coming.
They should all be weak. I did a lot of damage.
I just need to get my stealth up and I can do it.
I can do it. I'm just
Fear
covered.
the shadows, scum.
I just don't have the bonus of that's the obviously where I don't go aggro.
Restore the God Emperor's dignitary. Cover me!
Get a priest cover! Ruler there! And we won't witness.
Oh my god. I had them literally on opposite ends of the entire thing, dude. I had to wait.
Well, this one guy's just hiding in the corner. Yeah. Shaz has literally just been hiding in the corner the whole time. I'm gonna use my stem on Wasp.
God, I love the village speed.
Yes. Wasp is good. I'm gonna cover Wasp a lot.
Wasp makes sense. He has the same icon that we have.
No, his is the lower tier.
No. Wasp has the same one we do. The Orc Damnation Maelstrom
Oh.
no downs.
I don't have badges up here, so
Yeah.
well, there goes the stem.
In shadows.
That's good though. He would have died otherwise.
Retribution.
He died. No, he never had corruption.
Oh, there's a bunch of HP.
I was just healing him to heal him. I didn't expect him to get one shot.
I don't think he did either.
This is why.
Nah, should I do this? But I do. What was that I just killed? Stab. Stab is what melee
Yeah, Shaz has 30 bullets. This is gonna be a little spicy. I'm watching behind us.
All good. We got this. There's nothing in front. It's all behind. Coming back. I'm gonna keep driving with it on and get blast.
Yeah, there's a couple I didn't get. Just the gunners.
Ooh, these are all skag I can't really kill. Perfect.
I'm leaving the rest of you.
All dead from what I see.
You should animation cancel for tryhard. I don't care enough in a PvE game.
Oh hell yeah! That's what I'd love to hear. Boss.
I mean, I'll do it when I'm bored, but that's a 5% of the time.
A beast of nerd juice.
Hey, how would you don't spawn behind me?
Oh, I'm being targeted. Okay, well that's a problem. I can't like chunk this thing. off me.
It's on Wasp.
There we go. I think I did enough damage, yeah. Okay, so that's actually how much damage it does. When I was doing the breakdown, I was like, I don't know exactly how much damage this can do to a beast of Nurgle, but it does at least 25%. It looks like about 30% of its health.
Wasp is in one-shot range, so we need to be careful for it.
I didn't want to kill him, I just wanted to wound him. That's not bad.
How come this guy is sniping them now when I already took care of them before?
Enough of that. We got a job to do.
Was that stab though? Man,
Oh,
we don't,
finally a stem that's not healing.
we don't have a drag sniper in this game yet.
Maybe one day.
Concealed from heretic sight.
I like that being able to dodge and increase my accuracy so much that I can snipe with this weapon.
They're dead. Never mind.
I didn't know you already had lock on them. You said they were
I
dead, and
could care
I was
less.
like to myself, I was like, oh yeah, they're
It's
dead.
a single.
Well, I didn't even get a hit marker for hitting that mutant. They just kind of fell over. Actually, I'm dropping down.
Another one?
Okay, I'm getting out of this.
God, Emperor, guide me through shadow.
Oh, this is really bad.
I work in the shadow.
No, I got it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
I'm glad you do damage.
Hell yeah, dude. Look at that. I'm getting out of this. Oh, okay. That's a problem.
Then staying in here is a much better spot.
No, I want you guys to be safe. Actually, you know what I can do? I can...
Gunners. I will
I am getting
find
stun locked. I hate gunners so hard.
I should have pulled him out of melee range, or out of firing range, yeah.
I want Wasp to heal.
Ammo! Load up!
I'm waiting for Wasp. He's
Demon host!
Ooh, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna dodge that guy so I can finish him.
off the four.
Think about
Alright, steal.
breaking those contraband lockers.
I don't know who I am. Buzz.
But you were playing a dangerous game shooting around her.
I'm going upstairs. I'm not waiting, by the way.
I strike
Oh,
in
okay.
shadow.
Run away. Ow.
Well, there's a. Oh, never mind. He took it.
I need to do that. There was like 500 of them. Drag with range, scout with melee. Yeah, scout with melee is actually easier to play with.
Oh,
So much pissing it off. That's what it sounds like.
I think that was me. I think I got a little too close.
Close! Kill! And do it again!
Oh yeah, you ready? She sure was ready.
You didn't say what she was ready for, that just was ready. You know?
Oh, that was.
What, you like that melee?
I shot it and
Veiled
stunned it.
in righteousness.
You need to reach the far side of the station.
I wanted to set up M1. This guy M1 Warrior shot me so much.
Look one step back!
Would you look at that? The Ranger's dead.
By the throne of rock.
Look at yon woman.
Absolutely not. None of that.
Help!
I don't know my character is watching Rangers. Block Rangers.
Jesus Christ.
Got my ass blasted by a bunch of Rangers just now, unfortunately.
It's gone! Snipers no more, Ken!
You're in.
That was ballsy of him.
Even though this is off topic of Dark Tide,
Uh-huh.
what's your next SQ? SQ
What?
rolls. Who's the next servant rolling for?
Oh, it's a Buki.
Are you going for 5 or just 1?
Oh, no, 5. I have enough for it.
They dropped healing. Are you up here?
No.
So
Whoops. Oh, I wanted to actually shoot the dog before it got to me. Man. I don't need pings, man. It's fine. You don't have to watch out for me. It's good.
I'm jumping out. I took fall damage.
There is judgment in the dark.
Yeah, I need to work on some Curio reworks eventually.
That's what I'm saying. But after Ibuki, though, speaking of targets, I don't think it's anything until Lost Belt 7 comes out.
Other than Scotty, I think I'm saving.
Yeah, Lost Belt 7 and then Medusa. And then
Maybe Kukulkan,
Kukulkan is just so cool.
but
Her design is
I
amazing.
still want to get Ku done
Yeah.
because I only need 2 well, 3 for max, but 2 if I want to. But enough got to talk more Warhammer, more grim.
More room to. I mean, I really don't care what we talk about, honestly.
I know. The viewers though.
Eh. It's not about the viewers. It's about making good content.
Ammo! The soldier's true friend!
Alright, I'm gonna heal. Yeah, no, next year's gonna be crazy with all the good servants coming out that are also just like fan favorites.
Swagger! It's gonna explode!
Interesting. Oh, ow, 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 ow.
Like I got shot through a wall and stairs.
Jesus. Oh, you guys are like perfectly good.
Yeah, I was gonna say take my heal.
Oh, you can take it, yeah.
Trying to survive here. Shady ammo.
Well, this is a boss fight. Yeah, this is actually a good map for stealth. I hate, like, it's not that they have another dark map with it bad. It's just that, like, great, a dark map is perfect. Oh,
Sniper!
I did not kill them. That's impressive.
There's bombers and trappers spawning behind us.
I have to go fight the boss. There's one left.
Arms incoming. It's a weak point. Throw a grenade.
Oh my god.
I am the one that's doing all the boss damage.
Yeah, I had raiders spawn on me, and I was like, okay, well, those are obviously.
There you go.
Oh my god. That guy hit him and dropped my stealth hit.
I hit him. I got a headshot brain burst.
I know, I wanted to hit him with my stealth tag though.
I'll work on that. I'll work on the ads. Hey, you want? Here you go. Go crazy.
What is Bro doing, dude?
Huh?
What is Bro doing?
You swing faster and have less stamina.
It's like AFK in front of us.
One's taking out the horde, one's tanking.
No, I'm talking about him.
Concealed from
That's
clean.
I just need to stealth him once.
Holy shit. I did so much damage to the boss, it jumped me up to the highest boss damage. That's funny.
It's weird that they
Clean
count
run.
as bosses, but I mean they are technically bosses. I would count that one as anything else.
Oh, you got MVP though.
Nice. So we say GG.